Hey, my MTS crew, what's going on, y'all? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. Today is Throwback Thursday, y'all. I'm going to do some throwback hamburgers the way Mama and them used to make them back in the day. They were good, chunky, and they were filling. The only thing I'm going to do now, when my mama made them and we didn't have hamburger buns, we would use white bread. But today, we're going to do some hamburger buns, okay? Okay, y'all. So let's get our prayer on. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you. We praise you. We thank you for everything that you have done for us, God. We thank you for the food that I'm getting ready to prepare, God, and nourishment of our body. God, I ask you to bless my MTS crew, God. I ask you to keep them safe, put a hedge of protection around them so no hurt, harm, and danger would come to them in Jesus' name. Yeah, we're going to do the throwback burgers, and we're going to do some. Who remember the old saying? You would have to be my age probably to remember this. Ruffles have ridges. When I was a little girl, my mom, she would make these big ghetto hamburgers, and then we would have Ruffles potato chips with them. And that was beautiful for me because I love hamburgers. I love lemonade. I loved a chocolate milkshake. So we're gonna have us old-fashioned hamburger. We're gonna have some Ruffles, and my husband, he's gonna join me when we're finished making the hamburgers, and he's gonna sample. He likes these hamburgers, y'all. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, this is about 3 pounds of hamburger, and it's 72% lean and it's 27% fat, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and get this all mixed up. Yeah, y'all tell me down below, back in the day when you would have hamburgers, what your mother would add in them. I remember when Burger King came out. Can y'all remember when Burger King kind of first came on the scene? Rather, I think when I found out about Burger King, because we didn't eat out like that, and the hamburgers were huge. And so my mom, what she tried to do, she started making her hamburgers big like that. So this is what we're gonna start with, y'all. Plenty of onions, because she put plenty of onions in her hamburger. Oh, yes, she did. She put steak sauce in her burgers. She put Worcestershire sauce in her hamburgers. And that was about 2 tablespoons of steak sauce. And this is about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of garlic salt. And y'all, sometimes I use different flavorings in my hamburger. Okay. Sorry, y'all, if y'all hear my new ice machine. I'm going to do a product review on that. Okay. That was about a tablespoon of garlic powder, garlic salt, and I'm going to put a half a tablespoon of salt. And I put a tablespoon of pepper. Okay. I'm going to use about a tablespoon and a half of paprika. You know, we call it different names. Okay. Honey, would you get me an egg? We're going to use 1 egg in here. I always put 1 egg because that's what my mother did. I'm going to use 1 egg. Okay. We're going to mix this all up. You know what, y'all? I think I'm going to add a little bit more steak sauce in here. So let's say about 3 tablespoons of steak sauce. Steak sauce give the burger a good flavor, really good flavor. You're gonna have to clean that up. My mom, she would always use the A1 steak sauce in her burgers. And Lipton onion soup, when I make meatloaf, I always use the Lipton onion soup mix. Delicious. But we making them like Mama made them today. Okay. These about like the quarter-pound burgers. We're going to get these all about the same size. And another thing that I do, I make 2 thin burgers and I add mozzarella cheese in the middle. But today we're just going to do the throwback burgers, okay? So I'm going to get these all patted out and then we're going to take it to the stove. Okay, y'all. I'm going to butter my buns. These are the large hamburger buns. And I'm going to butter these. Y'all, this is how Mama used to do them, but Mama didn't use a bread. She just put some butter in the pan, and she let the butter, the bread kind of soak up the butter. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and turn these over. Okay. We're going to let these get lightly browned. Okay, y'all. Our buns are toasted. This is about how I like them. I don't want to overdo them. And I'm going to clean this frying pan out. And I'm going to add our hamburgers in here. Okay, we're going to get a grill. Just a little spray. Here are the hamburgers. Okay. And I support, look y'all, this is a big one. This is for my husband. So I support a family on YouTube called the Family Tables, and I ordered some of their seasoning. You see it's about gone. It's time for me to reorder, and I'm gonna put some of this on top of my burger. It's not salty. It's a good flavor. So we're gonna let these cook on this side, and then we're gonna turn them over. Okay, y'all, I added 2 more hamburgers in here, but these are the original hamburgers, and I flipped them over, and I have my heavy glass weight that I put on them. And if they look a little charred, they are all right, just because I put egg in there and I put steak sauce. But these burgers are going to be absolutely delicious. Okay, MTS crew, our burgers are ready. What I did with them, after I took them off of the stove, I let them sit for a while and rest. And I took and put my cheese and I put them under the broiler for a few minutes. So I got 2 slices of mild cheddar cheese on each one. And my family love mayo on their burger. So we're going to do mayo, ketchup, and mustard. Okay. My mom used to call her burgers the Ghetto Burgers. There was a lady that in Atlanta, she actually sold Ghetto Burgers. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay. We have our mayo. We're going to put mustard on each one. This is exactly how we eat our hamburgers, y'all. Yeah, it was a lady downtown Atlanta, well, going toward downtown Atlanta. She sold Ghetto Burgers. And I think I mentioned this before. And people would stand in line at her restaurant to get these burgers. And she would curse and raise all kind of saying you could not be on the cell phone in there, and she would cuss while she's making the burgers. But she had people, I mean, they were lined up, y'all. They were lined up. I don't know why it's not coming out of here. Okay. And y'all, I know a lot of people put their lettuce on the bottom, but I put my lettuce on top. Okay. It's already been washed. And you also can put whatever you want on your burger. This is just the way that my mother made her burgers. But sometimes when we didn't have the bun, she would definitely make it with white bread. And they were just as good. And like I say, when Burger King first came out, oh honey, she was bent on doing these huge burgers. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put our onion on there. And these are for my son. Sister Pam not here today, y'all, so this is for my son, myself, and my husband. And Sister Pam told me, she said, save me a burger. Because she loves these burgers. Because sometimes I put egg on them. I make them in the morning, and I will go ahead and put an egg on these burgers. Okay. We don't have the big beef eater tomatoes, so we're gonna have to use these small ones, but I prefer the huge tomatoes. And my mom, she would always sprinkle a little pepper and a little salt on her tomatoes. Okay. You like pickles, y'all. You can use the pickle slices, pickle, whatever you want to use, but this is what we use. And we're going to cut these and get them plated up, and we'll be right back to have our burgers with you. Okay, MTS crew, these burgers are ready. My husband is ready. We have our lemonade, and this is the Simply Fresh lemonade. I just added some lemons in the bottom of it, and some ice, and I squeezed fresh lemon in there. So these are hamburgers. This is what they call the Ghetto Burger. That's all right. That's all right. Is that right? That's all right in the hunt. You don't care what they call it. But yeah, y'all, I wish you had known this lady. She was just so funny. And her burgers were originally called the Ghetto Burgers. And people were standing in line for hours to get this lady burger. And she was just in it was like a little shack. And honey, she made good money. Famous people would go there to buy her burgers. And y'all, we're going to add ruffles with these. Ruffles have ridges. And do y'all remember the slogan for Burger King? Do you remember?
Have it your way.
Have it your way. Is that McDonald's?
No, that's McDonald's.
Oh yeah, that might have been Burger King. But I remember when I was younger that the slogan was the bigger the burger, the better the burger. The burgers are big at Burger King. And so, you know, my mom, she just started making. She said I can make them burgers, and she started making these big burgers, and everything I put on this hamburger, that's what she put on. So y'all, we're gonna do some ruffled potato chips. They had all kind of funny slogans back in the day, y'all. All kind. So we're gonna. Give me the ketchup, honey. I want extra ketchup on mine. Let's see these burgers. And I usually put ketchup on the side for the dipping. I just need to put a little ketchup on the side of mine. Okay, there it is, y'all. Let's try these ghetto burgers. And y'all, ghetto is not a, it's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people came from the ghetto. A lot of people have ghetto food. It's just a figure of speech or whatever. It don't mean that you are ghetto. Even though a lot of us came from the ghetto, and I'm not ashamed. Hey, that's where I came from. So I'm not gonna let my past define who I am now. But these are the burgers that my mom made. So let's try. You gonna try yours, honey? You gonna sit there and look at me try mine?
I'm gonna see. I got to grab these. I'm like Burger King. Have it your way, but you got to grab them. You don't grab them right.
I get mine.
Here I go.
You have a problem?
Mm-hmm. But
And now we thought it was a treat. Through the week that we had hamburgers, that was a treat. Because we used to have heavy soul food every day because my father, he worked on a cement truck, so when he came home, he always had a burger, not a burger, but a nice dinner. My mama made him a nice dinner. In the summertime, y'all, we had a wood and coal stove. So, that's been a long time ago. We didn't have an electric stove. We didn't have a gas stove. We had a wood and coal stove. And my mama would make these elaborate dinners every day for her husband because you didn't really have like the big refrigerators like we do now. They had ice boxes. And so mama made these big elaborate dinners, but what she would do, she would make his lunch the next day, and then the rest of it, she would give it away. So, yeah. She's, that's when she kind of started, giving food, and people would come by or whatever, and, and she would send food to people who have children. So that's what she did, and she would make it, and the house would be hot, 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 and we would only have a fan in the window, and I remember her turning the fan inside out to pull the heat out. But can you imagine in the summer, 80-degree weather, and you have a big wooden coal stove sitting in your house? But you know what? We made it. We made it. I surely wish that we could play music. Oh, baby, I surely would play. We made it through. Because I don't think anybody could stand it now, 80 and 90 degrees, and you got to cook inside your house with a fire. No air conditioning. So we went through that, and God brought us through. People were a lot healthier then because they weren't putting a whole lot of preservatives in foods. And we had a garden. My father had a garden, and he raised his own vegetables and stuff like that. And everything just didn't have all of this preservatives in it now, like it do now.
Just eat it.
What you think, honey?
Like I have to wait. This, as they used to say, have it your way. You sure put it my way.
Y'all, this lemonade is good. And you can take this simply fresh lemonade, off-brand lemonade, and make it your own. This is pink lemonade. It's delicious with these lemons in it.
This is delicious.
It's delicious.
But you know what? It made me think. I remember one time he made one of these ghetto burgers.
Talk a little loud, huh?
He made one of these ghetto burgers during the time when I was working. I had to fight off my sandwich
At work.
At work, because it was smelling so good and it looked so good. And the man, he looked at my sandwich. Said, "Well, but I didn't know you." Said, "You just called me the master. The master, no, I didn't know you. I take that sandwich from you because it sure."
And the guy's on his job. Every time he would come to work, he would always have a good lunch. And when he would warm it up, it'd have the whole place smelling up there. So they asked me, would I start making lunches. So that was my side hustle, y'all. I would make lunches and take them up there. And I ended up with 3 or 4 different places where I was making lunches and for the camp county and the license office, the driving license plate. I was making lunches for everybody. I was getting paid until I almost burnt my kitchen down, and the fire department had to come, and smoke was everywhere. And I'm like, I could not do this anymore. But I used to cater. And I used to cater their Thanksgiving meal and stuff like that. But I'm not able to do all that like I used to.
No,
I have did it for 30-something years. I'm taking a rest. But y'all, this burger is absolutely delicious. This is exactly the way my mom made it. Everything I put in there, she put in there. But sometimes when I make mine, I use the Lipton onion soup mix, and I use granulated garlic in these burgers. But they are delicious, y'all. They are really good, and they are maybe about quarter pounder.
Yes, look like more than quarter pound.
Quarter pound burgers. So do us a favor. Be good to yourself. And if you be good to yourself, you have no other choice but to be good to others. Never forget your past. Never forget your beginnings, your childhood. You know, I thank God for my childhood. I thank God for the tough times that I had. I thank God for, you know, being able to play all day and stay outside. And I used to be so sad when I had to come in. But now, you know, the kids are stuck on these computers, and it's just such an injustice because they're not playing. I used to see kids in my neighborhood playing. Every now and then you see somebody there on the computer. I wish we could get back to that. But I had a wonderful, you know, we had a hard time, but I didn't know we were poor because, you know, we always ate. And, you know, my mother, she always cooked. So that's why I learned how to eat pig ears and pigtails and chitlins, neck bone, hog maw, and fried croaker fish and catfish and all that stuff. You know, that's where,
Brims.
you know, yeah, brims, yeah. So we were raised up on that. So I don't have a problem with eating it. We don't eat a whole lot. And tripe, and then fried kidneys, you know, fried kidneys and gravy, rabbit.
All that. All that stuff.
It was good the way our family, the way my mom prepared it. I couldn't tell. My aunt went fishing one time and she caught a turtle and she made some turtle stew and it tastes just like chicken. So I have had a turtle now. I can't say I would eat a turtle now, but back then I did. So y'all, I appreciate y'all. We're gonna finish enjoying our burger and lemonade and our chips. And like I say, be good to yourself. And take this hand,
Put it on your shoulder. Right.
put it on your shoulder, and pat yourself on the back. And you be encouraged. You stay encouraged because God knows who you are, where you are. He knows what you need and where you've been. Every hair on your head has been numbered. And y'all, we appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and finish with our
Dinner.
Our Ghetto Burger.
Ghetto Burger.
Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a little ghetto, y'all. Y'all, I forgot about my shout outs. They're coming up at the end of this video. Okay, I'm going to put their names up. Bye. Please take the time to visit these channels. Let's get these people up to 1,000 subscribers. God bless.